In this module, we're going to talk all about your free beer or your lead magnet. So we're going to talk all about what it is, but what I want you to understand is we have traffic and we want a lead. Our free beer is the gap in between. How do we get people to give us their information? This is really important to understand and make sure that you're able to provide something that makes people want to give you their information. We're going to jump right into what your free beer is, what it should be, how to provide the most amount of value, and some exercises to actually get you thinking about how to create your free beer if you haven't done so already. So let's jump right in. What we're going to cover is these three things. Exactly what to do with traffic. This, as I said, is how do we take traffic and turn them into a lead. Your free beer is the key to taking traffic and turning it into a lead. Somebody we can actually have the opportunity to sell to and market to in the future, right? A place that a person that we can actually communicate with. Second, we're going to go over the marketing staircase again, a little more in depth and introducing yourself and what that means. And then your free beer, why we call it a free beer, what it means, what it should entail, and some exercises to help you come up with some of the best free beers. As we talked about with traffic, the goal of traffic is the more traffic you have, the more opportunities you have to make sales. But with it, we always want to lead them to the next step. And our free beer is the key to leading traffic into the next step of a relationship with us, which is becoming a lead. As I've said over and over and over again, the goal is to get them on your list. What is a free beer? A free beer is simply what others call a lead magnet. This is a piece of information or value that we're giving to somebody or something we're giving in exchange for their information. This is where we're introducing ourselves. So as we talked about in the marketing staircase, in the original trainings, what I want you to remember is you wouldn't walk into a bar, see somebody you find attractive and say, hey, will you marry me, right? They're probably going to say no. And if they say yes, it's probably not going to be the greatest relationship. Instead, what we do is we say, hey, can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a beer? If someone says yes to that, basically what you're doing is you're buying a few minutes of their attention and time where you get to know each other and figure out if you want to take the next step in the relationship. I want you to always look at marketing like a personal relationship. Again, we're treating people like they're people, not like they're dollars and cents. So our goal is always to build a relationship with them. So the reason why we call it our free beer is I want you to keep that relationship in mind. It's how we communicate with people, how we talk to people. I don't care if it's a free coffee or a free lunch. Like if you say, hey, do I want to buy coffee or lunch? If you don't like beer, that's fine. But it's how to get into a relationship with people. And this phase of the marketing staircase is where we get to introduce ourselves to somebody. This is where our free beer comes in. We're gathering someone's information, but the reality is we need to give them a reason to talk to us. When we say, hey, can I buy you a drink? We're giving someone a reason to chat with us for a few minutes. Same sort of thing. We need to give something to our audience. They give us their email address, name, email address, phone number. They give us their information in exchange, and we give them something that actually, and that is our free beer. That is our lead magnet, what we're giving them in exchange for their information. What's really important is that is giving us a reason, giving them a reason to talk to us. But I want you to understand it needs to be good because this is how we're introducing ourselves to people. So it needs to actually align with what that customer wants, right? So if someone says, hey, can I buy you a beer? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a Guinness or some other really heavy porter or stout, and they bring me back a Bud Light or worse, water, they haven't delivered on their offer, right? And oftentimes what I see happening when people create a lead magnet, it becomes like a what I call checklist marketing item. You're not really trying to make it good. It's just somebody said you have to do this. And so you do it and you're not actually giving somebody what they want. It's not really good enough. And so what I want you to remember is this is how you're introducing yourself to people. They're going to be deciding if they want to interact with you, buy from you, all based off of this. So if you don't make your free beer good, they're not going to want to continue that relationship with you. And when we solve a problem with our free beer, with our lead magnet, ideally, it'll lead to the next problem that needs to be solved for them. And we're going to talk all about how you brainstorm some of those ideas and that sort of thing. But again, the goal is just to keep moving the relationship forward. We want to provide value to them. We want to show them that we are a valuable resource for them and that they want to continue that relationship with us. The types of free beer. There are lots of types of free beer. These are some of my favorites that actually really get people to move along. And I've talked about this a lot, but creating a free group on Skool is probably one of the easiest ways to create an amazing lead magnet that gets people into a community that gets them to know you better. And when you create that free group on Skool, then you can have other resources within that group that you can charge for. So it actually already becomes a place where they not only get to know you, but you can monetize all in one platform. It's really one of the best free beers that you can put together. Another one is a free training. So if you have a training that you can put out that breaks down how to do something for someone in your niche that can show you as being a source of information and actually help them solving their problems, those are great as well. You can also do an ebook or a checklist. But what I want to warn you on these is they need to be incredibly valuable. I don't want this to be surface level. I want someone to read it or go through the checklist and be like, oh my gosh, I got so much value out of that. I want to see what they have to offer next. If you have software or some memberships or other things like that, you can offer a free trial. A try before you buy is a great source of free beer. Another one is contests and giveaways. These I love. When you do contests and giveaways, especially around some of your products or things that can show interest. If I sell coffee and I'm giving away free coffee, I know that everybody who enters it is interested in getting coffee, right? Contests and giveaways are a great way to get your information out there and start to introduce yourself to people. Quizzes are another great type of free beer. People like to take quizzes. People like to find out about themselves. So if you can pair that quiz with an action item where you give them value on the back end, that's a great free beer. And then coupons and discounts, especially if you're a product-based business, can be good free beers as well. Good ways to get people in the door and get them to start to not only give you their information, but start purchasing from you. What I will tell you is the better the coupon or discount, the more people's information you will get and you will capture. How do we come up with our free beer? So this is the exercise I want you to do. Even if you already have a free beer, even if you already have an existing lead magnet, I want you to take 10 minutes and do this exercise. I want you to put your all into this. I personally love sticky notes. You'll see this. If you saw my desk right now, you would see that I have sticky notes all over my desk. Sticky notes to me are the most effective way to do this, but you can do it with a pen and paper as well. I also love my whiteboard, so might be considering, I don't care how you want to write things down. I do want you to physically write them down though. It's going to help you. It's going to help your brain process it faster. So I want you to take at least 10 minutes of very uninterrupted time. If you want to put on music, if you work better with music, that's cool. If not, be quiet. It can be silent, but I want you to take at least 10 minutes and write down everything that comes to your mind as you go through all of these questions, okay? This is going to give us some ideas of some free beers that we can come up with. One, I want you to write down questions that you get asked all the time about your service or product or about your business, not just your frequently asked questions, but if I was talking about it, someone might say, well, what is digital marketing? How do you find out how to be successful in digital marketing? How do you make money online? Whatever your niche is, whatever your business is about, write down questions that you get asked all the time. Once you've kind of exhausted all those, then I want you to go to the next question, which is write down questions people should be asking you, but they don't. Write down questions that you know it's information that they need, but they don't know yet, right? So it's like this, they don't know what they don't know. So write down questions they should be asking you, but they're not yet. 3, write down topics you love to talk about. I love to talk about marketing strategy. I geek out on it, right? So write down some different topics that you absolutely love to talk about. 4, write down all the major challenges your audience has. So if they don't know where to start, if they're feeling overwhelmed because there's too many different choices, what are all the major challenges? If I speak to an audience of moms, so time is a challenge. How do I start a business and still make sure that I have time to be there for my family and all those sorts of things, right? So what are the major challenges your audience has? List as many of them as you can think of. The last one is, what does your audience need to understand, be aware of, or believe? So if you think about, like, what are things that my audience needs to know? My audience needs to know how important leads are, how important it is that you build your own list, right? So those are things that I'm going to be writing, that you own your own customer data. That's things that I think my audience needs to know. So we're going to write down all of them. Like I said, I want you to take at least 10 minutes doing that. And once you have this whole list, then I want you to take a look at it and say, okay, I have a list of all these topics now. How can I choose one or two, maybe even combine a couple of them, and create a resource for people that either answers their questions or gives them more information about something that they need in order to get to their desired outcome? So you're going to take all those questions and create a free beer out of that. It could be a training, a consultation. You could say, hey, if you want to know something about this, sign up for a free consultation. There's all sorts of different ways, but we want to take what we know about our audience and create a resource for them that is valuable for them, so that they're going to want to not only give us their information, but when they get it, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Let's see what else they can offer me. Below this, attach some not only free beer types and examples and some worksheets about it, but those questions. So I want you to go through and take the time to make sure that you do that. And then your biggest to-do item out of this, after you do those exercises, is to choose what your free beer is going to be and create your free beer. Like I said, your free beer is the key from taking traffic to making them leads, from people who don't know we exist to allowing them to introduce ourselves to them. This is a really important part of that marketing staircase. And so when you deliver the best free beer possible, they're going to want to continue talking to you. They're going to want to know more from you. If you so choose, if you haven't started one yet and you want to do a free Skool group, as your free beer, there is a 14-day trial link right below this video. So you can go ahead and sign up for Skool and start getting people in your group and providing that as value and a resource for them. As a reminder, when you sign up for Skool, we do have checklists for you and a masterclass training to show you exactly how to use Skool to start making money. Our goal is to help you make money online before your free trial is up. When you have your free beer done, we are going to have some exclusive opportunities for you to be able to add your free beer to our list, to a document where people can go and check it out. So we're going to try to help you get more people into the free beer. So once you have it done, let us know, make a post about it. If you have any questions, make a post about it. But understand, this is one of the most essential pieces of building your marketing strategy. So once you have that, then I want you to jump into the communication module so you know exactly how to follow up, deliver, and communicate with those leads. I'll see you on the next video.